Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you everything has been added, changed and fixed in Minecraft Snapshot 23w16a. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos about Minecraft 1.20 and other videos as well in the future. So 23w16a is a bit of a smaller snapshot, but there are some very interesting changes and new features as well. So let's go over them here. So the first change of note is related to Pottery Sherds. So actually they are not called Pottery Sherds anymore. No, they are now called Pottery Sherds. Which apparently, if I remember correctly, I saw someone tweeting about this. Pottery Sherds are a broken piece of ceramic material, especially one found in archaeological sites. I never heard of it, but that is what they are called now in the game. Are Pottery Sherds, with an E instead of an A. Alright, then there's also a change to the Skulk Sensor and Skulk Shrieker, which apparently prevents vibration resonance setups from breaking when you're unloading them from a distance. So that you fix your Skulk Sensor, Skulk Shrieker setups, hopefully. And then one of the more noticeable changes, well, not in the game actually, it is the game icon. So the game icon has always been a nice grass block, but now if you play in a snapshot version of the game, instead of a grass block, it is a dirt block, showcasing that it's not like the full thing yet, it's not a full release. So instead of a grass block, it's a dirt block if you play in snapshots. That's basically that change there. Then there's also a change to the sniffer. So we have the sniffer right here. The sniffer can now be tempted with torchflower seeds. That is basically it. So torchflower seeds, sniffer. You can hold it in your hand and the sniffer will come after you just like this. He is a bit stuck, but there we go. So that's now works for the sniffer. And then the main changes in the snapshot are related to the trail ruin structure, which of course is a new structure in Minecraft 1.20, the Tails and Trails update. And so what they mentioned in the changelog is that they reworked the structures based on community feedback, and they've added more structure variants. So we can actually see an example right over here. We're on top of one of those trail ruins. So we can just head down and see what this looks like. I've already removed most of the stone around here, so we can take a better look at the trail ruin structure. It is still like a main tower coming down and then some pathways leading out, but they have just changed up the structure a little bit to add a little bit more variation to it. Furthermore, I've also removed all the sand and suspicious sand from the trail ruins, so instead of that, there's just gravel now. And I've also tweaked the amount of gravel and dirt it generates in these structures. You can see there's a lot of dirt and a lot of gravel. And, well, can we also spot some suspicious gravel? Yes, there's some right here. So they've also tweaked the amount of suspicious gravel as well. They don't mention if they made it more or less, but it definitely seems like there's more gravel and more dirt than before. And so probably also some more suspicious gravel to compensate for the lack of suspicious sand that there is now. And so they've also split the loot tables for the suspicious gravel within the structure. So there's a dedicated loot table for rare loot items, for example the pottery shards and the smithing templates, and a loot table for the common items such as the tinted glass panes, the tools, the candles, and all those other things you can also get from suspicious sand. But I don't think there's a really good way to distinguish between the two if you're just digging around in a trail ruin structure. So that's just some of the changes they made to this structure. And we can take a look at one more if we go over to a new one. So this, just keep in mind, this is what this one looks like, and should now be variations in this structure as well. There's actually quite a lot of suspicious gravel right there. But let's head over to a different trail ruin structure. So let's teleport far away, something like this. And let's locate a new trail ruin structure with the locate command, trail ruins. There we go. And then head over there. Now, I have this command block in my inventory right here, which should help us remove some of the stone. Here we go. Yes, stone is gone. Very nice. So this is what this trail ruin structure looks like. It's actually embedded in a whole lot of diorite, andesite, and granite. But it does indeed look slightly different. I don't know if we can actually spot one of those walkways. No, it seems like this one doesn't have the large walkway the previous one had. So there we go. Very much a different version of the trail ruin structure. Or yeah, it's probably over here. But it does look quite different, and that is the main thing that's changed here. Just added a bit of variation to the trail ruin structure, so they're not all the same. Then next, we also have a couple of technical changes. So data pack version is now on 14. If you make data packs, that's quite important to know. They've also added a return command, which is this command right here. And the return command can be used for control execution flow inside functions and change their return values. That sounds very, very technical. Let's see if we can get a bit more grasp on it. So remaining separate top-level commands in the currently executing function are skipped. So this is basically just related to functions and actual creation, and not necessarily like a command in-game. We can only put in an integer value here in this command. Return 1. Yeah, it basically does nothing because I have no function set up, so it doesn't do anything there. The result value of the return command is also a value. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do in the game really with this, unless you actually are creating functions, then this can be useful for you. They've also added a new advancement trigger, which is recipe crafted, which you get, which is when you craft a recipe. Alright. There are some new tags. So there's a villager plantable seeds tag to represent which kind of seeds villagers can farm. So that's, for example, seeds, beetroot, carrots, and potatoes, I believe. And they've also added maintains farmlands to represent which blocks will not cause farmland to be converted into dirt when it's placed on top of it. I believe those are in here. No, okay, that's just a tag. Completely different. Apart from this, there's also quite a few bugs that have been fixed in this snapshot. Let's go over some of the more important ones. So first of all, there will no longer be lag spikes when crossing certain chunk borders. This has been in the game for quite a long time, so it's a good thing that that has now been fixed. And there are a couple more of these older bugs that have been fixed in this snapshot, which is always nice to see. And these are mainly to do with light maps, so how your light looks in the game, and especially with skylight. And apparently the polished blackstone button was taking longer to break than any other type of button, so that has been fixed as well. And then pretty much all of the other bugs in this snapshot have been fixed are related to recent snapshots. So for example, sniffers can now get into minecarts, and they will no longer sniff when they're actually panicked or getting attacked. And that is some of the commands or some of the bug fixes right there. If you want to read through all the bug fixes, I'll leave a link down below in the description with the patch notes so you can read through those yourself if you want to. But that is pretty much everything in Snapshot 23w16a. As I mentioned, a bit of a smaller snapshot, but we're also getting towards the release of Minecraft 1.20, of course, so we'll expect to see smaller and smaller snapshots in the future. But if you want to get updated on those snapshots, then please make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft 1.20 videos in the future. And so that is it. Hope to see you all in my next videos. Until then, bye bye!